Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Home of Comics. This is Brayden back again for another X-Men 97 Season 2 review. It's episode 8, The Dead Man's Hand. And I love Gambit, man. I love Gambit, and I'm so happy that Gambit is back. Uh Except he's evil now, so that's kind of bad. Yeah, this episode is good. It's not great. It's good. I have a feeling now that season 2 is not going to reach the heights of season 1, and that's honestly fine. Season 1 was like basically perfect. So season 2 being a little bit worse is not necessarily indicative of a much lower quality for the show. I think it's simply returning back to a baseline average here. The episode starts with Rogue having a nightmare of this undead Gambit that is being controlled by Apocalypse. X-Force then brings Apocalypse's corpse to X-Corp on Genosha, and Cable explains that Gambit came back super powerful and then killed Apocalypse. That's sort of their original theory. The two groups then decide to track down Gambit, who's now this horseman of death for Apocalypse. Gambit returns to his Cajun roots in New Orleans. He brainwashes his old family and Belladonna, who is his ex from the original show. Then the X-Men and X-Force are ambushed by Gambit in New Orleans, and he brainwashes Nightcrawler and kidnaps Rogue. Remember, Nightcrawler and Rogue are related to each other, so I wonder if they did that purposefully, where like Nightcrawler is Rogue's brother, so it kind of hurts even more now that her lover and her brother are both under this like evil control. Rogue awakens to Gambit being very romantic, setting up a dinner with her, revealing that Apocalypse once fell in love just like they did with Kandra the External, who again was fully there in the animated show. I believe she was in X-Men 97 Season 2 in the beginning in Egypt, because she was previously Ramatut's aide, as we saw in the beginning of the season. Kandra used that romance as a ruse to gain Apocalypse's power and then abandon him. So Gambit then summons the External to steal that power from her and then use it to make Rogue immortal. So that way they can literally live together forever. Now, of course, Gambit is fully corrupted. Rogue is not, so it kind of sucks for Rogue. The X-Men and X-Force arrive. They fight off Gambit. They're fended off by Nightcrawler. Professor X enters Gambit's mind and connects that power to Rogue, knocking her out. That's Gambit connects the External's power to Rogue and knocks her out. Xavier manages to stop Gambit and finds Apocalypse possessing him. So now they've realized they're wrong. He did not kill Apocalypse. Apocalypse is inside Gambit, which I think to the audience was pretty clear. I don't really know why there was another theory running around. I feel like it's Cable kind of messing up and just making a bad inference. But the fact that everyone kind of went with it is kind of weird to me. Apocalypse fights it back, but Rogue is able to successfully force Apocalypse into a temporary slumber. After Cable attempts to kill Gambit to then kill Apocalypse, of course, Cable believes that this is his mission. He has to stop Apocalypse by any means necessary. Jubilee and Sunspot leave X-Force and join back up with the X-Men, which I think is where they need to be anyway. And Gambit is also in X-Men custody. Then Dr. Cooper, working with X-Factor, of course, convinces X-Force to join forces with X-Factor to bring down the X-Men and bring down Gambit. And that's sort of where the episode ends. I don't like that X-Force and X-Factor are teaming up. I don't think it's something that Cable would ever do. And so I'm hoping that that's quickly resolved in the next episode because it just does not make sense to me. I talked about how X-Factor essentially works as a counter to ICE within the X-Men universe right now. And X Force is sort of or rather X Factor is like ICE and X Force is more like a vigilante group directly opposing them. I don't like that they're now teaming forces. It doesn't teaming up. It doesn't feel like something that Cable would want to do, or really anyone else on X Force right now, right? So Psylocke and Archangel would also probably not want to do that. I love that Jubilee and Sunspot are back with the X-Men. It's clearly where I already said it, but it's clearly where they're supposed to be. And I think that this romance plot between Gambit and Rogue is intriguing, and I really love it. However, this episode only falls flat in that, again, we are still kind of without Apocalypse. Yes, he's controlling Gambit, but he's not fully himself right now. So, once again, we have about an episode, which could be a longer episode, but I don't expect it will be, to break down the rest of the season. I do feel like now we get to the point where maybe those filler episodes were not worth it, right? I rated them pretty highly when they came around, but I don't really know if they were worth it because I feel like we don't have enough content now to finish off the season. However, of course, we know a season 3 is pretty much finished and a season 4 is well on its way as well. So maybe it's just like wait around for the next seasons. I mean, I don't love that strategy, but we are getting them yearly, so I guess it's not the end of the world. That being said, I'm going to give this episode a 7 out of 10. Of course, the animation is stellar, it always is. From a plot standpoint, I think this episode is a little lacking. Character connections wise, this is perfect. It's everything I want. But again, just based off of the story that we're currently telling, it's not something that I'm super enthralled with. And I think season 3 is going to expand it out better. But I just think right now it just feels like not enough time to wrap up the story. So yeah, 7 out of 10. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of X-Men 97. If so, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe your comment down below, subscribe, and comment down your thoughts on the episode. And I'll see you guys in the next X-Men 97 season 2 finale review. All right, peace.